Hi, you might recognize this gentleman. His name is Sri Krishna. He was there at Seattle when the caste bill was being debated. Sri Krishna, you are from the Bay Area. And now it looks like things are going similar. I mean, it's like whatever happened there is happening here too.
Yeah, things are at my home right now. So this is happening in my state. So this is very concerning. So for all of those who thought this was just a one city affair, now they are waking up to the reality that they have much bigger targets to achieve. All the anti-Hindu campaign that they are running, they want to do it at a very large scale. So yeah, we need to go wherever they are going, or maybe we need to preempt them from going to a lot of places that they are planning to go to.
Well, a couple of things that are going to happen in the next few weeks is that this lawsuit, Cisco versus State of California, that has some adverse ruling on the people who have brought it about. There are lots of mistakes. There is a website called CasteGate, CasteGate.org. I encourage all our viewers to read it because it's comprehensive. It starts detailing this case from 2015 when a small internal startup was created inside Cisco, and that is where the source of all these things started. A wonderful, wonderful anthology of what happened. So viewers, please do watch that also, read that. You'll understand that this thing is not going to go very far. But I am surprised, Sri Krishna, at the depth and the speed with which one person is all we see. Equality Labs means this 𝗤𝙧𝙤𝙪 𝙤𝙪. But she is here, there, everywhere, man.
I mean, see, if you are a person with a mission, right, whether it's a good mission or a bad mission, she's on a hate mission against Hinduism, right? So that is her full-time job. But most of the Hindu community thinks that, okay, we are here for a living, we are here for living our American dream, and that's what we should be doing. We are always in this mode of defending these attacks. So that's why they are always very well prepared, and they do it in a very systemic way that we always find ourselves trying to define and like fall short in a lot of situations. But I think the whole Hindu community needs to wake up that this is their full-time job, and you cannot say that I'm a peaceful Hindu person living in US, I don't want to be involved in all of these things, right? But because it is going to come to your home, you have kids, already there is so much garbage that is being written about Hinduism vis-a-vis comparison to other religions that your kids are being taught at schools, right? This is only going to further perpetuate those stereotypes that people are associating Hinduism with, which is caste. The moment you say Hinduism, I am a Hindu person, the next question would be, oh, you belong to this religion which discriminates on caste. It's going to make things worse for them.
We have to start making proud to be Hindu as a hashtag and make it popular. Because this whole thing, Sri Krishna, what amazes me is, do you realize that we are being used to fight us?
Yeah, exactly. That's why this is a complicated problem or challenge to address, right? We are not fighting with even though we are fighting with an external enemy, the face that we are seeing is not, or at least what is being projected in the public perception is, we are fighting within ourselves, which is not true. Just want to be very clear that I am not fighting here against my other members of the Hindu communities. We all belong to the same Sanatan Dharma, which believes that there is God in every individual, right? So there is no reason for me or someone else to discriminate others on the basis of who they are born to, like which family they are born to. So yeah, they are trying to make it as an internal fight. And that's what, when we go to the senators, they feel like, okay, you're quarreling between yourself. Why don't we come and mediate and we provide the solution for you?
That's absolutely right. Thank you so much, Sri Krishna. Wonderful to see you in person. And hopefully we don't do such things more. I hope it stops here. Let's see where it goes. I have with me Vibha and Swara. Vibha, you go first. What is it that you think is this caste discrimination is about? And you're here, it's cold, it's windy, and you would rather be watching TV or doing your homework or something else, but you're here. Why?
Because it's about us going against the bill, and that it's not right to have this caste bill, and it's not okay to discriminate caste.
Much. Swara?
Well, the reason why I'm here today is because of the future. Because if this for example, if someone passes this bill, the world won't America wouldn't be a good place. So that's why I'm here today. And the reason I'm here is because I do not like discriminating people, and I also speak out to other people to never discriminate other people for whoever they are, like caste, race, anything.
I have here with me Gayatri, and she has a nice poster, Equality for All.
So profiling South Asians is discriminatory. That's why I want to say no to SB 403.
Thank you so much. How old are you?
My age is 8.
8-year-old. Thank you so much, Gayatri. All the best.
My name is Henry Liang. I'm coming here to support actually all the South Asian guys. The reason very simple. I think this actually act, this is since actually Chinese Exclusion Act, this targets specific actually section of the population, which is unfortunately the South Asian population. And the second part, we are all Americans, and instead we unite together, fight Asian hate. This actually, this act create a division, we are kind of call the infight between our Muslim friend and the Hindu friend. This is a terrible, actually, is a moment to create the division to our friends. And the third part is this: we are a sovereign country. It's beyond my imagination. Is the act is so flawed? Where's the definition of the caste? Do we have to follow some foreign law about the definition? I think this is inappropriate. To be honest, I think this is a racist act to our South Asian all the friends. That's it.
Thank you so much. It is a racist act, is what Henry says. And thanks so much for taking time out to meet with me. So viewers, caste, the word caste is actually derived from the word casta of Portuguese, which meant class. It was never intended to be applied to India or the greater India, but yet somehow the British shoehorned that, and now suddenly we have halfway across the world in California trying to be racially profiled, saying that there is caste discrimination. So I have here with me a friend who would like to talk about why this thing makes no sense at all, because caste is a very colonial construct.
So earlier, our ancient civilization, it was divided in the way the structure was varna. It was divided in varna and jatis. The word caste didn't even exist. This and caste is not the translation for jati. This word was introduced by Britishers. Yeah. Varna is Vaishya, Shudra, and Kshatriya. So those even those were not according to they were not hereditary. That what your parents are and what your ancestors are. It was depending on what you do. As Britishers, they divided. They wanted to divide. And that's why they introduced this word. They would do studies that what should be the methods to divide. They studied our scriptures not to get wisdom. They studied so that they can understand our psychology and divide us accordingly. And right now there is this Khalistan movement going on in India. So that even that word, Khalistan and Max-6, all these were also introduced by Britishers. Maharaja Ranjit Singh, he was, Britishers got so scared of him that they thought that there's no way we can defeat this community. They introduced concept of Khalsa and Khalistan, and for Maharaja Ranjit Singh, his sons were killed in the war, and the one who was remaining, he was taken to Britain, and he was raised under the supervision of Elizabeth, and that's how she got herself gifted that Kohinoor. And he was called Black Prince. Of course, it was a derogatory term. So the way they divided and those six were called Mac 6. And Khalistan movement is not that big in India as much it is in Western countries. So similarly, the caste has been introduced now in here in America and these places, that there is no discrimination in India where this thing you would say exists. If it's not even there, how can it be here in America?
I'm Anita from Happiness Factors, where we combine AI with holistic best of East and West to create mental wellness solutions. And I was listening to the lady speaking, and I totally agree with every word she said, including that before the British, the Varna system was just divided based on what profession you were in. Like if I were an engineer, I will be called an engineer even right now, right? The same way in India, if someone was cleaning, they were called the Shudras, or someone who was fighting the wars were the Kshatriyas, or someone who got lots of knowledge and taught people, they were called the Brahmins, and so on. And it wasn't hard and fast. Like there are several instances in our scriptures where the mother is a Kshatriya or father is a Shudra, so it depends on what kind of profession they chose. Whereas later on, the Britishers, in order to divide and rule and overtake India, what they did is they made it a hard, fast caste system where they separated Indians from Indians in order to really take over India. And that they are even trying to do now here in the Western world in US, where ever since I have come, no one has ever asked me my caste. Even in India, the only time I think someone would even ask is when they are getting married to someone, which is even common here. When your daughter or your son brings a fiance, you will ask where they are from, right? So I don't think that caste system is a big problem either there or here. And I feel that the same way the Britishers implemented the divide and rule, they are trying to implement the divide and rule and trying to create unique entities among Indians themselves so that they fight against each other. They are not united, and the success you see, whether the Indian CEOs here or the strong Indian government there, they don't want Hindus to really be successful, because even if you see history, when we were really rich, the Mughals attacked us, then the Britishers attacked us, all to get a piece of the pie, and they left us a really poor country. And here now again, when Indians are succeeding in the intellectual world, they don't like it, and so again they are trying to do divide and rule, create unique entities, whether it's in India like Khalistan, or even here, like I was in the Khalistan rally, I think more than a week ago in the Consulate General, and those people were trying to threaten us, including making a video where I'm also in that video, unfortunately, but they were saying they are going to molest and harass and rape all the Punjabi women, and they were talking in Punjabi so that the police don't understand. And these were all paid people, because one of the guys started saying Hindustan Jindabad, and then he got scared and went away, because I think he didn't even know what he was fighting for. And these are youngsters who have never been to India, they have never even don't know much about India, and then they are fed lies that Punjabis are getting mistreated, and because of those lies or because of getting paid, they try to create a ruckus against India.
I am here with Harsh Singh, who was the one who tirelessly worked to bring about these 250 odd people, and it's still growing. People are still trying to find parking spots, and then they are going to come join here. Harsh, how much effort went into this? I think this is more spontaneous, because I didn't see a lot of this stuff happening like 2 days ago or 3 days ago. Suddenly in the morning I see that, there's going to be so many people and so on. Amazing work, Harsh. Congratulations. But Harsh, the bigger picture here, State Senator, she's an Afghanistan American. How much do you think she really understands the issue here?
So I really don't know about that, right? How much she understands and where did she get the information. While filing the bill, she said that she grew up in Fremont and she has seen that in schools and stuff like that. However, my kids went to school here, right down the street, right? They graduated from high schools here. I have lived in the city for 25 years. I've never felt more discriminated in this country than right now. And that is the biggest problem. So I don't know who she talked to and where she got her information, but I do know that on her bill when she proposed it, you have the name Equality Labs, which is a well-known anti-Hindu organization. They have been trashing our religious festivals. They have been putting out videos which are just obscene. And if you look at some of their tweets, it borders on discrimination and all sorts of stuff. Just because hate speech is allowed in the US doesn't mean that you do and you engage with these people.
So you think that Equality Labs is pushing the envelope?
I believe so, and they're pushing the envelope all over the country. You saw what happened in Seattle. The problem is we as a community haven't done a good job in educating the people around us, in the schools, the politicians, the representatives. We haven't done a good job. So she has taken over the platform. Right now you have this agenda of anti-Hindu and Hindu phobia going around in the country, and all of a sudden caste become an issue which has been a non-issue. My kids don't even know what their caste is. Now imagine if they had to go up in school and say, hey, this is my caste. Can you imagine that?
It's totally, putting a horrible wrench in the works. I mean, you are here, you have a passion, you have a vision for what you want to do in life, and suddenly you are being buffeted by all these nonsensical questions.
Right, absolutely correct, right? So, interestingly, I was in India for Holi just now. I hadn't been there for Holi for a long time. I wanted to go see my parents, and the Seattle news broke, right? And I was horrified to see how people did not understand these issues and they were pushing this. And I said, okay, something's going to happen, so I need to get more active. I started talking to people here, and lo and behold, it shows up in California. And when it showed up on March 22nd, I was working tirelessly trying to get all of these guys together saying, hey, we have to do something. This protest was not necessarily planned, but we have to sign petitions, we have to do something, we got to call our senators, we got to educate, and all of us came together in a week, right? It started off as a simple thing, let's just do it from Fremont, but everyone chimed in, all of us, credit goes to everyone here, and a lot of people who could not make it. Right? But we have to stand together as a community and we have to fight this hate, otherwise it'll just blossom.
Thank you so much, Harsh, and more power to you. This is just the beginning, because
It is the beginning. It is the beginning. It is the beginning.
and also one of the things that I noticed, and I don't know if you noticed this or not, that the night before the bill was introduced, a lot of things were kept open. Suddenly they snuck it in.
They snuck it in. So this tells me there's an agenda. This tells me there's intention, and it's all anti-Hindu and Hindu hate. Now the sad part is when you protest, right, like this, we have been branded as ultra-Hindu, ultra-right, God knows what kind of labels. I've been voting Democrats. I voted for her. How can I be ultra-right and how can I be ultra, Hindu supremacist or whatever? And most of us are like this, and we get labeled. And one reason I was really afraid of coming here is because if something goes wrong, if someone does something, someone yells, someone does this, we'll be labeled yet again and we'll be targeted. So we were super scared while organizing this. So if you are in some of the groups, you will see my message, peace guys, peace for all, just calm down. We are not going to respond, we are not going to say anything. This is going to be a silent protest to have our voice heard.
Thank you so much, Harsh. It's really cold. And I'm just amazed at the number of people who have turned up here to support us. So thank you once again, and we'll be seeing each other more.
Absolutely.